Okay, well, guys, I'm gonna see if I can finish another video here. I haven't been a solid video maker lately, and we're gonna see if we can get through this together. Here we have the two patients, the Bullett and the X2. Last time you guys saw this thing, the Bullett had the DASA engine in there. The X2 had the big bore 650 stroker. It's punched out to 800. And so we're gonna be doing some overhauling on here, and I'll tell you what's going on. So, buddies, I pulled the engines out of both of them. This DASA had an issue that you just could not get to very easily when it was in the Bullett, and I just need something in the Bullett that I'm not gonna have to deal with, and put it in set and forget. And so that's what we got here. This is what's going in. Perhaps you may see this in the X2. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I feel like I should put something gnarly in there. I don't really feel like doing a triple swap in the X2 because it's a lot of work. Well, it might not be as much work as I'm thinking, and certainly there's multiple ways to do it, but certainly putting this DASA engine in the X2 would be a bit easier than that. So I might go that route. But anyway, we're gonna dig into this guy and set it up for the Bullett. And so, I mean, the Bullett's got these electronics are the Bullett electronics, so they'll plug right into this thing. I have a regular SXR engine that I could put it in there, but now that I've used this manifold on this cylinder, I've port matched the bores, and so I feel like I might port match this so it'll match that, and I don't really feel like doing that on my nicer engine. And so this one, I feel like less worried. I feel like I got more freedom to mess around with it, and so yeah, I think I can have a little bit less fear getting this thing into the Bullett and being happy with it, and it should run pretty darn quick. And I mean, we'll be able to tell, you know, how this is a lot better, and I think I'm gonna do some mods that make it work a lot better. So I'll show you that when I get to it. All right, boys. So I got the jug off of this thing. I ain't gonna scrutinize if the pistons are nice anymore or not, or anything like that. I maybe cut that part out. I don't know. So this guy, you can see. Oh, you might not be able to see. Hang on, I'll grab a light. All right, so if you guys can see that back port in the middle, it goes down really far and really low. And so basically I got a couple of pistons with this thing, and they didn't really match, but they had this little port guy drilled into them. And I was like, I don't really want to do it to these thick forged pistons. That'd probably be a pain in the butt. And now it seems like it's a little bit of a pig on the bottom. So I'm going to do that, and I bet it'll make it way better. I'm sure that this crap, it probably, when it goes all the way down, it aligns with that like bottom thing and makes it have more air or something bottom end, something. You know, if you guys really want to know, just wait till Joel Arsenault chimes in. He'll tell you all about it, okay? Joel is the guy that knows about this engine. I don't. I'm not the expert. Joel pioneered it. Joel built it. Yeah, not really. Okay, but seriously, though, I'm going to grab these guys off and have a look at how thick they are and how it's going to be drilling that little guy out. And, yeah, I'll show you there a little later. But fortunately, I put some grease on that base gasket when I pulled it apart, or when I put it together, and it came right apart without ruining the gasket, so I can just slap that baby back on there. This thing needs the gaskets to get the squish right, probably. I mean, I never checked the squish or anything, but, you know, just assuming. But yeah, so I'm gonna pluck a piston off of there, and I'm gonna look at it, and I'll show you when I look at it. Okay, so I slapped this baby in the vise to hold it. Look at this. It might not even screw it up. So basically I laid out kind of where I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna just drill a couple holes to try to feel how the transition is into the other side. And so I'll probably carve it out with a couple of drill bits and then file it to finish. But this really shouldn't be too hard. You know, I do machining junk for a living, and sometimes I'll have some really big expensive part that I only got to make one of. It might come out of my machine kind of messed up looking, and I'll have to go back and tune it up. But, you know, this is the kind of stuff that I kind of do for a living sometimes. And so sometimes you just got to go back up with hand tools and tune something up. And so I'm going to go do it. And I think what I do is going to look better than this. So, yeah. And really, I'm just kind of marking it out kind of close with, you know, a caliper. And I'm sure that, you know, what I do, I'm pretty sure is going to be a lot tighter and nicer than what was on there before. But I think as long as I get it pretty close, it'll be fine. But maybe when I'm done, I'll kind of test, look at it, and make sure it's what I want. Okay, that's where I got with a little bit of, I got a file in there and some holes. I found this Dremel guy, and so that should be just a tool I need to go in and carve it out enough. The file is nice because you can get exactly the angle you want, and it's pretty good for getting the even shape across the whole thing. But yeah, it's hard to get anything in because my holes aren't really big enough. So grind it out with the Dremel, and then from there I'll have enough room to go in and shape it with the file. All right, guys. So I got them done. I just did them both. You know, I was scrutinizing the ones that I got with it, you know, being like, okay, I'm gonna get this better than they did. But yeah, I didn't really. I did it a little bit crappier, the same. But I just got these tools on this forged metal is just, it's really hard to get the material off. Just, I don't know, it's tough stuff, and I'm just usually doing regular simple old aluminum billets. This is tough stuff. So yeah, it does kind of suck doing porting and stuff on cast and forged aluminum. I mean, that stuff doesn't come off very fast. So like this DASA, I'm pretty sure this is all made out of like 6061, and that'd be a lot easier to kind of shape and get what you want out of it with hand tools. But not that I'm going to do it with that, but I'm just saying that material is a little bit easier to work with. I did a little bit of a crappy job on this, but whatever. It's going to work. It's going to work as good as it's going to work, and I don't really care, obviously. But a sucky thing I found is this crank just seems like it's totally shot, and unfortunately this is a small pin 750 crank, and it's kind of like more annoying to find those. So, I don't know, probably have to get a new one. I don't really want to put this thing back together and have it blow up. So, I don't know, I might evaluate my engine situation. But, I don't know, I felt like it would be kind of a cool idea to put this in the Bullett, because this is kind of a JetSki Brothers engine. It's, you know, some weird old school race engine out of the woodwork with, I mean, interestingly enough, I mean, this isn't even the way it probably was when it was together back in the 80s. I mean, this is, I think this is a 650 size wrist pin on here, on that. And so, I don't know, maybe they were running these 750 cranks back in the day, but I mean, either way, this is a flat top piston that I've got in here versus these. These are not flat top. So, and then I kind of couple it together with just the newer 750 head that's made for flat top pistons. I don't know. It's a little funky. It's definitely not something that you're probably going to see in a whole lot of other places other than JetSki Brothers. So I don't know. Since I made the whole kind of Bullett hull and basically finished it, put it together, I thought it'd be kind of cool to do something like that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just put my SXR engine in there. But I don't know. I just got to decide that.
Jacob's going to go ahead and send this crank out and get himself a new or rebuilt crank for this engine. So he's going to be back working on this engine when he gets that new crankshaft. But in the meantime, Jacob has ran out there and bought himself a whole truckload of jet skis. So let's check in with him on that.
All right, boys, Jacob here again today, and just got back from another long day at work. On the way home, I picked up a load. So as you can see, my cab is full, and I got 3 650 SXs in here. So I really have not been able to look and see what I got, but it was $300 for all this stuff, so nothing obviously works. This is just a big bucket of bolts. But yeah, I bought 3 650 SXs last year, and I was like, oh, maybe this will be the last one. And I'm sure I threw some parts away that I could use for these, but yeah, so typical Jacob, going back for more. But yeah, I think I got some parts at home. I'll probably throw one together real simple, and then I maybe I'll do a kind of a okay radical build on one, and then one do a little bit more of a radical build on. Basically I got this just because it was cheap, and I had a bunch of crap to work with already at my house, so I figured, now why not? Sure, make some more videos of these. If I'm gonna do something like it, it's a little easier to work with 650s than like 550s, so I can usually get them running pretty easily. But so yeah, I don't know why, but I got more of these, so now you know. You can tell me what you think about it. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I got for this second. I'll pull some stuff out and see if I got anything good. So whenever you do something like this is usually kind of just how it is. You see what you end up with. So this guy looks like it needs an E-box and an engine and mounts, but everything up front's there. So, and I think this one's got a pump. So actually this one would be really easy to get going. So, and I don't know what one I'm gonna actually work on, but I'll probably tee one of them up to build. But I'll pull another one out and show you that. I forgot to start filming, and it got too dark, and so I can't really show you anything else. And I may forget to ever film anything on the end of this video ever, like most of my videos. So I don't know. If I come back, I come back. If I don't, whatever. It's just another crappy Jacob video, right? So how about that?
Jacob is definitely going to need to make a huge purchase at vintagejetski.com to get some of the parts he needs for these 650 jet skis. And if you need parts, make sure to check out vintagejetski.com. Use the promo code JetSkiBrothers for 5% off your order. And also, we do have more video coming on this engine build for the SXR Bullett racing hull. Obviously the DASA engine has come out of there because it needs some work, and Jacob's putting together this big bore 650 punched out to, what do you say, 800 820. It's a very big 650 engine with some crazy porting, some like weird porting on the piston, so it'll be really interesting to see how it works out. And like Jacob said, the crankshaft was pretty loose, so he figured might as well take care of it now instead of putting all this work into it and having it blow up. So that's pretty good that he's actually taking care of it, and it's actually going to make it work correctly instead of just slapping it together. I think that's definitely a smart idea and the way to go. So that video will be coming up in the future, and if you want to see that, definitely support this video. Definitely like it, leave a comment, share it around with somebody who likes stand-up stuff, and we'll see if we can get that video to you guys sooner rather than later. And if you're new to the channel, definitely go check out some of our older videos. We have literally hundreds of old jet ski videos, so go check those out. Some are really great. Obviously the older, super old ones are probably not so great, but there's also some like old gold nuggets in the really old stuff as well. Certainly I'm not encouraging anybody to watch any of the other videos like the RC or automotive videos, because those are really old and pretty crappy. But definitely check out some of the older jet ski stuff, and make sure to check out the video popping up in the end screen right here, right now.